Bonjour, friends. Bonjour, bonjour. Cynthia here. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Come on in, come on in. Today we have a wonderful episode for you. We're going to be talking about women and investing. This is my investing series for women. I heard your comments. I read them all, so I'm bringing it back as promised. For those of you who have been following me for years, you know that I started on social media encouraging women to be investors in the stock market, the bond market, on Wall Street. And then I shifted focus a little bit and continued and started frolicking in beauty pageants, etc., etc. Well, I am back in the game. I didn't leave, but I am back publicly in the game, and I have a wonderful guest today. Her name is Stephanie Kammerman. So ladies, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a businesswoman, if you have a great job, if you have side hustles, if you are a stay-at-home wife, I encourage you to watch this because you need to know how to use your money in a better way. So stay tuned. Let's see if my guest is here. I'm going to, yep, she guys want to watch this episode of Mentor Cynthia. So Stephanie, there she is.
Hey,
It's been a long time.
yeah, it's too long, way
Too
too long.
long.
Yeah,
I believe
what are you doing? I know what
frolicking.
I'm
Frolicking.
Yeah,
Well, Stephanie, first, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for your consistency as well, because the last time you and I spoke, it was 2017. We did an interview and a class where you taught over 3,000 women in my Facebook group how to not be intimidated by the stock market and how to make money and invest using stocks. So it's been a long time. I stopped doing it publicly. I got into other arenas. Like I said earlier, I started doing beauty pageants, politics, everything, just having a ball. But so many women were asking, Cynthia, why aren't you teaching women about investing and building wealth anymore? So I said, okay, I'm going to do it again. So I updated my book, and then I said, I'm going to start my interview series again. And the first person I thought to contact was you.
thank you. So
Huh.
sweet. I'm busy too. Yeah, I wrote a book myself actually, and we have been so busy. Well, COVID happened,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
a lot of people lost their jobs, and it was like all of a sudden everybody wanted to learn how to trade. And so we just got thousands of people, at one time that were frantic because, oh my gosh, I lost my job. Now what?
Now what?
Yeah, that's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a lot of stuff online, so, and I do
Right.
too, so it wasn't scary really for
For
us.
us.
Yeah, but if you had to go to an office and all of a sudden you couldn't go there, so yeah, it's been great. So we've had a lot of people that said, "Oh, I never want to go back to work because I'm actually more money now, or I can do this and work because I'm now working from home, and I guess
Right.
the boss looking over their shoulder." So they trade on the side.
Well, I'm so happy that you are still here. A lot of people are no longer in the investing world. They came, they left, but you are still here. And I am happy that you are consistent
30,
and still successful.
30
30
years.
years. How did you get involved in the stock market? Because I remember I worked on the trading floor once in Miami just so that I can get all the behind the
Mhm.
scenes and everything. And it's a very male dominated industry. It's very intimidating. If you're a woman and you're in a room with all these driven, ambitious, successful men,
Mhm.
it can be very intimidating, but it can also be very motivational. How was it for you?
Oh boy. It was exciting. I love men. I mean, I love women, but I love men
Me
too. So it was
too.
exciting to be like the only female. I mean, I worked with 100 men. So I actually felt like it wasn't really a competition, right? Because, I'm a woman and they're not really expecting me to be amazing, I guess. They
Right.
have all that male energy. And so I didn't really get into that. But as I started to do really well, and I started doing better than a lot of the men, that's when things started to get weird,
Yeah.
Cynthia. Like the energy changed, and oh my gosh, I can't be beaten by a woman. It didn't make them look good when the female next to them was doing better. And I think that's when I started to realize the difference between being a female in this business and being a male.
Yeah. As long as they are in the position to guide you and
Mhm.
help you, it's all nice and cute.
Right.
But as soon as you start learning and you become the stock whisperer, how did you become the stock whisperer?
Oh gosh. Well, I started whispering, in my community. I had two little kids and I was, trying to trade from home at the time. And I started to tell my neighbors things like, oh, you should buy, America Online was one of my first ones. It was, popular back then, not
Yes.
an Apple and all these things. And then people would see me months later at a birthday party and they would be like, oh my gosh, how did you know, that this stock was going to go up? And then they would ask me, what do you like now? So I was constantly being asked everywhere I went what I thought about the market and what stock was going to be like the hottest stock next. And so they just really started calling me the stock whisperer.
What is the stock market? What is that for the people who are still intimidated? Because most people, when I talk about investing in the stock market, bond market, real estate, whatever, they think investing is for men like Warren Buffett, all white men who are rich. They are the ones who invest.
Yeah.
But what is the stock market, Stephanie?
Well, it's a public exchange where, I mean, it's just like shopping, Cynthia, right? You go and you buy something for $5 and then you turn around to your neighbor and you go, hey, oh, I love your bag. Really? I'll sell it to you for $7, right? Now you just made $2 on your bag. Then you go back to that store in Chinatown where you bought it for 5 or whatever, and then you sell it to somebody else for 10. It's really just buying something, and it's they call it like a piece of paper. I mean, really,
Right.
what are we really buying? You're buying a name for a specific price, and then you're just selling it higher. Or what I didn't even know is that you can make, when I first started, is when you think the market's going to crash, you can actually sell it first higher and then buy it back
Yeah.
cheaper. And now you just made a lot of money and the market crashed.
I hope you're taking notes. Stephanie is giving away gems here. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Stephanie. Go
I'm
ahead.
really good at that. When it crashes, people are always like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like making money when other people are potentially losing it, but that's why I teach everybody how to do it, because we need to learn, we need to be educated. And there's so many different ways you guys could be making money in the stock market. I mean, for those of you that work full time, you could be doing trades that take literally less than 10 seconds to put on, and you can make a day's pay.
Wow.
Yeah, and you don't even have to be active. Or if you want to be active, you can just trade a couple hours in the morning, just day trade in and out quickly, and also make a lot of money. Or you can be what they call a swing trader, which is you hold something for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. Or you can be a long-term investor where you just buy stuff and hold
You
it and
hold
so
it.
forth. So
Okay.
ways, and it's not difficult.
So the
Okay,
stock market is buying shares of a company, like shopping. We go to the mall as women, we're very good
there.
shoppers. Women are good shoppers. So if you are a good shopper, you should be able to be a good trader. What you're doing is you're buying companies and you can sell it for a profit. And another thing you said, a lot of people think that when the stock market crashes, that it's all, a disaster. However, you just gave away one of the biggest secrets, that there is an advantage to when the stock market crash.
Oh yeah, because it goes down a lot faster than it goes up. So during COVID, we lost 3 years. Okay, 3 years of long-term gains in 3 weeks. In three
Oh,
weeks.
wow.
Yeah, 3 weeks we lost 3 years of long-term. It crashed so fast. You know, a lot of people did buy the bottom, you know, but what if you can make money both ways? You can make money if the market goes down, you can make money if it goes up, and you can make money if it goes nowhere. And
Right.
people know that. People do not, they don't teach us this in high school. They don't teach us this in college. They don't teach us this. This is why I teach thousands of people how to do this, and I do it live, you know, online, so you can see my screen. I show you really simply. You know, there's a lot of people in this business, Cynthia, that look, they're very intelligent and they show off their intelligence. And they make things very difficult, you know, and it doesn't have to be difficult.
Doesn't have to be
It's
difficult.
really easy. I could teach somebody in kindergarten how to do
And we're going
this.
to talk about that. Now, you see me
Yeah,
moving around. Pardon me. You know, my followers know I'm going through menopause right now, and I'm sweating,
too, but I'm
and
not sweating.
it's snowing outside. Guess what? It's snowing outside. I have the fireplace on. I had to turn it off because I'm like, I'm hot.
Because you get excited. Cynthia is getting excited.
That's what it is, right? Yeah, I'm getting excited about all of this investment and wealth building. And here I am breaking out in a sweat in the middle of winter. Oh my goodness.
Being
But my followers know. So you going through menopause as well?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
broad
All right.
like you, but you know.
See, we're real here.
It's all women. We're all going through it
We're
eventually. Yeah,
all going through it.
I
So, Stephanie, all right. So, again, women feel that the stock market is it's risky, it's complicated.
mhm.
What is one thing they can do to shift that mindset? You just gave an example about shopping. Um, let's start with the mindset first before we dive into how you can help them and how you can show them that they are already doing this.
Mhm.
What is a mindset shift?
Mm. Wow. You know, you just pegged the most important part of trading and investing is the mindset. 90% of trading and investing is
Okay.
psychological. It's a psychological because it's performance. We do have to perform. You know, we're not working for somebody else. We're working for ourselves. Like we become an entrepreneur when we decide we want to go into trading. And so we have to deal with a lot of psychological stuff. And that's actually what I went to college for, was psychology. So I immediately started to help people overcome things. Like, for example, if you've had a loss in your life, you know, somewhere along the line, you could have lost a child, a parent, a business, and you start trading. And let's say you buy something and it doesn't do what you expect it to do and it's going against you. Well, sometimes it might trigger something inside of you where you've had that loss before. And so people don't realize that. And then they
Ah,
out of a trade that is not doing what they expect it to do, and they have a hard time kind of stopping out of it. And that's where I come in. I really do help people, um, you know, get into the zone. And we expect that not every trade is going to go in our direction. And it's really important to have a plan. And, you know, women are very good at this, by the way, much better, I've noticed, than men. You know, the ego and all that stuff kind of comes into play. Women
mm,
are very good at changing their mind quickly. If something doesn't look good, we go somewhere else. And that really does help with trading. So when something's not good, I get out. And, you know, even by showing, you know, my students, me doing it, it gives them the confidence. Oh, okay, yeah, let's get out. You kind of need somebody to help you navigate. Because again, not every trade is going to work
not
out.
every
And I
trade
think,
is going to work out. So you're not married to the trade. You're not
right,
married to it.
yeah, like there are men that run these, you know, billion-dollar hedge funds. And what happens is there was one that shorted Tesla. So they thought Tesla was going to go down and crash and
Right.
burn. They never got out of the position, and their whole hedge fund went down because
Wow.
they couldn't take a loss. And that is like the number one thing. It's like, it's okay. You know, we don't have to be perfect. As long as we manage risk versus reward, it's math. All trading is mathematics. And if you really get that down with no emotion, like, you can do this. You can absolutely do this, but it does take training.
What is the first actionable step a woman can take today once she is done with this call, hear all of your tips, your advice, what is one actionable step she can take to begin her investment journey?
Okay, that's great. Great question. Number one, please paper trade. Like, don't just take your money and start throwing it, open an account. It's great to open an account somewhere.
Right.
Don't start trading yet. Learn, start to learn, get software that you can set it up so you can look at charts. And, I can help you with that. I do webinars. So I do free webinars, and I do them for free for a very important reason, because I'm going to be honest here. Okay. I know there's a lot of people here. Oh my gosh, I think I could do this, or I can't do this. You don't really know until you start to get going whether or not you even want to do this. So check out one of my free webinars. I do have a lot of YouTube
Okay.
videos, and see if you like it. You may turn it on and go, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This is too difficult, and that's okay. Or you may turn it on and go, wow, I love this. That's how I was. My first day working, I went into the room and I was like, wow, I need to be here. Like, I
Yes.
love this. This isn't even like work. Like, I went in on Saturdays, Sundays. Like, I love what I do. I really do. And I want you to love it too, or else you're not going to put in the hours. So, come check out one of my webinars. I am doing one next week where I'll be teaching you maybe 4 different ways where you can make extra money in the market, depending on whether you have a job, you don't have a job, your job is lenient, you have mornings off, different ways, and see if it strikes a chord. Like, see if you like something, see if you think you could do this.
Ladies, you are listening to Stephanie Cameraman. She is the stock whisperer. She is known in the industry as a stock market expert. One of the few women who is actually making money, who is consistent, and who can teach you how to do the same thing. When we're talking about trading, we're not talking about uh, wishing and guessing and asking people for tips. We're trying to empower you to do this yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a casino. It is not a guessing game. It is not jumping in and jumping out. It's a commitment to using your money in a better way. I always say it. Anybody can make money. Anybody can make money. But learning how to keep money, learning how to have money is a whole different ball
Mm-hmm.
game. And the way the wealthy people of the world make money, like Warren Buffett, is in the stock market. And right now, I have here for you, my friends, an expert. And I'm bragging about her because I know she's good. She's consistent. She's been around for years. She's in the league with all of the guys. Make sure you take her information. You contact her. She's giving you a free webinar, a free training. Would I have given it for free? I don't know. But Stephanie is giving it for free. Stephanie is giving it for free.
Yeah.
And she's going to teach you 4 ways to use the money you already have to make more money. That's called investing. Okay?
But Cynthia, you need an edge. Okay, so here's the difference between what I do and what a lot of other people do, and why probably I've been doing this for 30 years, is you do need to have an edge, because this is the dark side of the market. The market is rigged and it is manipulated by the large institutions like Goldman Sachs, JP
Okay,
Morgan.
so
They have.
explain that for a minute. So not only individuals are trading,
Mhm.
what you're saying is large companies are also trading.
Yes, they
Okay.
move the market.
Okay.
Okay. These are the people that when they buy, it goes up. When they sell, it goes down. So we can see it. They do their trades in an alternative market, and it's called the dark pool. In fact, I wrote a book about it. Here's just my book. It's free. If you want to pick it up, darkpoolsecrets.com. I expose this. I expose what's going on, and the difference is, okay, I'm not trying to change the way the market is. I'm not that powerful, but I help people, retail people like you and I, make money in this rigged market, I see when they're buying everything. Like I saw them, Cynthia, selling before COVID. They sold for 3 months, and I knew something big was coming.
Wow.
I don't know what it is, but I've never seen anything like this. And we were prepared, and I did not expect what I just thought, oh, it's going to be something financial, like the 2008 crash. But this was huger. So we saw them selling everything. They were selling cars, cruise ships, travel, planes, oil crash. So like I told you before, yeah, we can make money. Well, so even if you don't want to short the market, you don't want to make money if the market goes down, at least you could have gotten out of your long-term investments at the high and then waited till it went down and bought them cheaper. But we
Right.
can do both easily. It's not difficult, and I can show you. But yeah, but you
So
need an
what
edge.
so what you're saying is, I remember on the trading floor,
Mhm,
there's a lot of
mhm,
computers and there's
mhm.
TVs everywhere,
Right.
and they're watching the movement of the markets, they're watching the news, all the men, everyone in there, and that's how they are they're using that information to trade. But what you're saying, the dark pool secret is another
The
area.
only way. I'm telling you, I've called every major move on social media, and it's not, people think I'm psychic. I'm not psychic, and I show you in my
Yeah, say
book. Like
that again. Please tell them again. I don't want him to think that
I
it's
put
a.
too much. I put too much in here. I didn't think this was going to be popular. This was on CNBC, it was on Fox Business News, and I did not know that it was going to have that reach, or I would not have put the stuff I put in here. Because quite honestly, I share these things, and they've kind of made some minor changes to some things, knowing that we know what we know. And again, I'm not going to get too intense here, but it's free. If you go to darkpoolsecrets.com, you just have to pay for shipping if you live in the US. But this is the secret. This is what moves. Goldman Sachs doesn't just get lucky, every year. He's moving. I see the trades and then the news comes out. I see the trades and then the news. I see the trade and then the news. I don't know that I don't watch news, but I just watch the volume and I know what these trades look like. Again, I started 30 years ago and I started at the largest prop firm in New York, and I sat in the $1 million room, not as a trader. I was just a little assistant. I was
Me
assistant
too.
trader. I didn't know anything, you guys, nothing. But they sat me in front of this little computer called an internet machine. And that was the dark pool. And it was my job just to do the orders in it. When people on the table would say, hey, Steph, buy Microsoft, I would look up Microsoft, and if I saw the big guys selling, I'd say, oh, you don't want to buy it, because I'd always say Goldman Sachs, Goldman is selling. Or if they were going to sell something and I saw Goldman buying, I'd say, oh, don't sell it, Goldman's buying. And I saved these guys a lot of money just being able to see where the big guys were buying and selling. And again, this was an alternative exchange, and only the big firms had this computer. And that was the only way that I learned how to trade. I didn't know anything. And then flash forward years later, after I had my two kids, I would start talking about it and nobody knew anything. They're like, what are you talking about? They thought I was crazy. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is what's moving the market. And that's when I went on tour and I did presentations. I traveled across the US, across Canada, just teaching as many people as possible and calling things out, and every time I made a big call, people would be, how did you know? How did you know that was going to happen? How did you know? And then I was asked to write this book. And then, that's just how it all progressed.
So
But
this
yeah, I mean, I just haven't.
is before the news. This
Mhm.
is before. See, those guys are looking at the news. This is before the news.
Way before the news. And you see, they tried to take this away from us. So Charles Schwab had this block trade indicator. I talk about it in my book, where all those dark pool trades that have been executed are appearing so everybody can see them. But guess what? They took it away. They
Ah.
merged. I'm like, why would they merged with Thinkorswim? I said, why would they take that away? That's helping us, but that's okay. Because one of my students who's really smart developed this software that has it all. So
Uh,
we didn't lose anything. But why would they do that? You know, I'm telling you, it's almost like whenever we get an edge, they try to take it away from us because the big guys, you
yeah, they
know.
want to keep it all for themselves. I mean, it's like,
But
yeah.
we don't make anything. So I like to help people. My job is to help people because, you know, look, times are hard right now, Cynthia. Times are really hard. I mean, one job is you can't even get by with one job today. You have to have multiple streams of income. And the stock market, you know, for me is phenomenal. And I want to help people, you know, whether it's if you're just going to do maybe I'm going to teach covered calls, which is what Warren Buffett does. That's easy. I'll be teaching that next week in my webinar. So if you own 100 shares of stock, any stock, you can sell calls, and again, I'm not going to get too crazy into it, but you could literally just collect money, sell calls against it, and just pick money up every single week or every single month, and it's free.
And
And people
ladies, I'm sure to
don't
get
know.
started, we're not telling no one, we don't care about your money. We're not telling you to
No,
dip into your savings or anything. I
nope.
know a lot of women that follow me. You buy handbags for $5,000. You buy Louboutin shoes for $700. You buy weave for $1,000. So come on, ladies. The money you already have. You can take $500, $1,000
Right.
and begin learning, begin practicing, begin learning the habits of a successful trader
Mhm.
of the stock market. And you can learn that from Stephanie. Just don't buy a bag for Valentine's Day. Don't buy a Chanel. Do not buy a Chanel. Do not buy a Dooney. Do not buy it. Just take the money and say, I am going to invest in my investing education
Invest.
by partnering with Stephanie and letting her mentor me. So, because that's going to benefit you in the long run. Again, I say anyone can make money, but not everyone learns how to grow money. And that's what you're doing.
Absolutely. And you don't need a lot. I know there's women here also that may not have a lot of money. You could do what I do with $100. Honestly, $100, $50, $20. I can show you how to put a trade on for $20, risking 20 to make 80. That's pretty good.
Make
I,
80 a
I,
day, that's more than some people's jobs.
yeah, and if you want to make more, you just do more than one option contract. So I'll be teaching a little bit about options and stuff like that. You know, because stocks, you need a lot of money for stocks. They're not cheap, but you can trade options. So yeah, so cheap. And you know, again, people don't know. They
What
just
is
don't.
your website,
So if you
Stephanie?
go to the dark pools, DAR, the THE, dark, DARKPOOLS.com. If you go there, you'll see all my stuff there, but right on the front page is a link for my upcoming webinar. You know, and it's free. Even if you register for it, it will be recorded. It's next Thursday at 12 o'clock Eastern. And if you can't make it live, it'll be recorded, but it's always a lot more fun if you can attend live. And it'll be about 45 to 60 minutes, but you will get a recording. And I'm going to show you maybe if I can get to 4 different kinds of ways to make money in the stock market, depending on what you want to do. And then if you want to learn more, I have videos since 2014 on YouTube. Every morning I put out a video, and I have a very, very high success rate. You could just watch, you know, as many videos as you want there and just get to learn a little bit more. You know, some of you here might be more advanced. Is there anybody here that's more
I,
advanced in their trade?
I see some hearts
Yeah.
coming up,
And, you
but
know, then, yeah, we do very advanced stuff too. So we go from beginner to advanced, you know, whatever you're up to,
all
you know,
right.
but it's
Stephanie, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned about money that you wish every woman knew?
valuable lesson about well, making it yourself. That's what really makes you happy. Really does. Because I have friends that rely on their husbands or, you know, their
Right.
parents, and they're
Right.
grateful because at any moment that could be taken away from you. But when you make it yourself, it's powerful. So powerful. And it is a happy place. You know, it's a really happy place for me. You know,
Yes.
I didn't even have enough money to buy 3 meals a day. I've been there, so I know what it's like not to have
I know.
money.
I
And
know.
on somebody that has money. I've been there too. But I will tell you, my happy place is being able to provide for myself. And
I absolutely love it, and I also love seeing profits. I love to see a profit. I'm telling you, I love if I have $10
Mhm.
and I was able to use that $10 to make $40 or $50. It's just like, yes, it feels so good. And again, ladies, if you're working a job, you can take 10% out of your paycheck to begin trading.
Yes.
If you have a business, you can take 10% out of your weekly revenue and use that to trade. If you are a housewife, I'm sure you get a grocery budget, right? You can take 10% out of the grocery budget to begin trading. It's using your money in a better way. You don't have to do your nails every week. If instead of doing it every week, do it twice a month and use the other
And
two to trade.
yeah, invest.
So
Yeah, it's very important. I saw somebody wrote, if you get a divorce, you get half. Well, not if you sign a prenup, right? A lot of men make you sign something, and you don't necessarily get half.
let me tell you, women that say things like that, it's men are not as dumb as you think they are.
Yeah.
Men who are successful are very smart, especially when it comes to their money.
Right. But you should be in charge of your
Of your
money.
own, exactly.
Somebody else to do. Like you need to be in charge, and you need to learn, and you need to be educated. There's no reason that, in this day of age, that we shouldn't be educated on this. That's key.
Stephanie, are there any trends for 2025 in the market or investment opportunities that you think we should pay attention to? It's a
Oh,
new year. Is there anything new?
well, I mean, if you've known me, some of you may know me for many, many, many years. And, I've always loved gold and silver, and we just made an all-time high on gold. I've been yelling about gold since 2016. I did see the dark pool buying massively. And that was when gold was dead. And, we've just gone up and made all-time highs. Do I still like it? Absolutely. I love silver. Silver's been
Really?
beaten down. Yep, beaten down. And there's a lot of uses for it, and I see massive dark pool activity coming into it. So I love it. Okay, real. I would
Really?
buy real. I'm wearing silver. I would buy the real thing. But also you can trade it also. But I do. I love silver. But for the future, I do have my eye on AI, because that is the future, and quantum computing. That is the next 5 to 25 years is going to explode. So that is the future. There's many different ways we can trade it, or invest and all that stuff. But yeah,
Yep.
I mean that.
My 12-year-old son and 13-year my grandson and my son, I was talking to them about the stock market and AI, and they're like geniuses, and I was trying to pick their brain, Stephanie. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, so when I was investing in the stock market, I would invest in the company that makes the glass for the iPhones. Everyone wants to invest in the iPhone,
Right.
but that stock is expensive.
Uh,
People are breaking their phones all the time. So I invested in the glass company that people use to repair their phones.
remember that.
So using that, I asked my son and grandson, I said, when it comes to AI, what can someone invest in? Like, what makes AI? Like, what's the programming? Because I'm trying to figure out all the steps. I'm happy you said AI. I was trying to understand the
Mhm.
process of AI and what resources are needed. Does that make sense?
Right.
I'm trying to articulate it.
Same thing. I think us as women want to understand it and want to try to figure it out. And where's the revenue going to come in?
Yes.
I'm with you. I've been trying to do that myself. Look, there's always going to be so many stocks right now. The question is which one? You know, which one is going to be the winner? Now, there are ETFs that you can buy. I like ETFs because it's a basket of stocks. You're not just trying to find that one needle in a haystack, you know, that one stock. It's a basket.
Right.
So it's really, you know, technology. If you stick with technology ETFs, you're going to do well.
Future.
But yeah, yes, absolutely. But, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know, spread it out. But I know, Cynthia, that I don't have to really guess. I'm going to see the dark pool. I'm going to see the large.
Why work so hard, right? Just look at the dark pool.
I'm going to watch them going into different stocks. I mean, it happens every time. You know, we see them go in, we see them go out. So we don't really have to guess and be so smart. We don't.
Thank you for pulling me back in. Thank you for pulling me back in. The dark pool is right there. Yeah. Thank you for pulling me back in, right?
I don't know anything. I'm just going to follow the money, honestly.
Follow the money, yeah.
Market. Oh, I'm going to be smarter. We don't have to do that. That's a game. We don't have to play that game. We could just follow the volume. The volume is really key.
Bingo.
And so what I do,
bingo.
I let everybody know when I see stuff happening. I let everybody know.
Follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the volume. Right. Stephanie, can I get you to come back again?
Maybe.
You're not going anywhere this time. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
Behind me. I have a lot of screens, as you can see. I don't move anywhere. And if I do, I do trading cruises. If anybody wants to trade with me on a cruise, it's on my website. I teach while we're on vacation, which is nice. But I don't ever stop trading.
How many screens do you have there, Stephanie?
Well, I have
2, 4. I'm being nosy.
4 in front of me. It's a lot. I only have 2 eyes, though. That's
all right. I'm gonna let you go.
Spread out, you know.
Give us your website. Give us your Instagram. I am going to share this again, everyone. I'm going to replay. I'm going to share the replay everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm going to include her handles. But if you're watching right now, go ahead. If you have questions, ask questions. Well, I don't know if the questions will be with the replay, but still, I'm going to share her handles for you to follow her and connect with Stephanie. Don't say I never gave you anything, my friends. I'm giving you Stephanie. Contact her. Connect with her. What is your contact information, Stephanie?
You see where I am on Instagram. Now, I haven't been very busy with Instagram, so I made it my mission. I told you I'm going to post at least one thing a day on there.
I saw that.
There, so you can follow me there. But I do have 2 websites, TheStockWhisperer.com. That's one. And then I have TheDarkPools.com. So we're really active on TheDarkPools.com. That's where all of our services are and everything like that. Or you can email me, Stephanie with an F, at TheDarkPools.com. If you have questions.
I'm just registered. Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you can register right on the website. I just put that there to make it easy. So I don't have to give you a link and then it gets lost. And I'm going to be doing multiple webinars in the next year. I try to do 1 a month. And so you can keep registering, for, keep check back and see which ones are there. But I also do run live trading rooms. And I have a phone app. So if you're on the go, you can literally take me with you on your phone and I can, get the notifications. If anything big is happening, you're going to be the first to know. So, and that's all on my website.
And your book. How do we get your book?
Book is free. Yeah. Go to go to Dark Pool Secrets, just like the name, darkpoolsecrets.com. And you can get a free copy. If you live in the US, you just have to pay for shipping and we'll get it out to you. What else? I mean, I think that's it.
Right?
I mean, different things, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist.
All right, my friends, that was Stephanie Cameraman. She is the Stock Whisperer. She is an expert in the stock market. Please share this live, contact her, connect with her, and remember me when you get rich. Remember me, okay? Don't forget Cynthia.
Of course. Well, yeah, we're all going to be richer.
We're all going to be richer.
Let's be smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, smart women, smart money women. It was a wonderful
Thank
afternoon. Stephanie, thank you again. I'm going to reach out to you again to see if we could do another call. I will be on your
you.
webinar next week. I
Okay.
will be there. And that's it for now. My friends, that was Stephanie Cameraman. Connect with her. Until next time, remember to use your money in a better way and build a legacy, not only for yourself, but for your children and their children. That's it for now. Bye.
Thank you.